going live shortly. It will be live very shortly. Let me drink some artificial sugar.
And I will monitor everything on Facebook. What's he
On
gonna do?
YouTube.
Link?
All right, I am boom, just sent, and we are live. What up? What up? What up? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Meet Hump Date Meet. Hump Date Meet, another edition. This week my room is slightly more organized, but still kind of messy. But Andy, you're in Vegas, huh?
Yep, just we're like 1 week apart. You were in Vegas last week or something, and I'm in Vegas this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. Was it last week? Holy shit, that's crazy. It was last week, huh? Wow. I feel like time goes so slow and fast at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, I think it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Vegas. Yeah. Okay, cool. I was like, damn. But sweet. Well, let's just dive right into it. We'll keep it short and sweet this week. Per usual, Hump Date Meets is just two dudes. We just get online and shoot the shit, talking about everything masculinity and health, relationship related. First thing first, we got to check in. What are some celebrations you got going on, and what are some challenges this week, bro?
Mm, as far as celebrations, just Lunar New Year's. So that's why I'm here in Vegas. As far
Challenges?
as challenges, just um trying. Well, I always when I'm traveling, it's always a challenge because it's off of the routine, right? So just gotta tell myself it's okay that you're not gonna be able to do things for a week.
Yeah, yeah. Not being too hard on yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah. Are you hard on yourself? You are, right?
Yeah, when I skip a workout or like eat too much.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you say to your mind when you're hard on yourself? I'm curious.
Just you gotta make it up or somehow.
Hmm. Do you call yourself a piece of shit, or like how could you love
No,
yourself?
nothing of that
No.
matter.
I see. I see. So you're just disciplining yourself.
Hmm.
All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think a lot of guys can probably relate to that. Maybe like in different capacities. All right, for me, wins are our guests from abroad finally left. As
Uh,
much as I enjoyed their company, but it just throws off your whole routine. And challenges is just kind of recollecting myself and back to the grind. Back to your own routine, and I think that's really one of the. I think we both share that challenge, right? When it comes to like whether it's
yeah.
traveling, having people around and stuff. So, sweet. All right. So, by the way, speaking of eating like shit, there's this place. It's like all you can eat hot pot and sushi in Vegas, off the strip. Have you been? I'll need
No.
to look it up. Are you into hot pot?
Yeah, but I don't know if I do all you can eat anymore.
Yeah, but it's really cheap. It's like
Mm.
$29 per person. Crazy on the weekend too. I think, or yeah, 29 or 32, something like that. Something crazy like that. All you can eat hot pot and sushi, so it's a pretty good deal for, and it's like decent quality sushi. I was surprised too.
Okay.
Yeah, I can send that to you. All right, so let's dive right into it. Well, should we talk about what should we talk about?
Um,
The obvious,
the what?
the obvious,
Which
big
is?
news, the more release,
Oh,
or is that too dark?
it's just more of the same. I don't think
Yeah,
just more celebrities doing promiscuous things. That
yeah. I don't know if promiscuous is the right word to describe it anymore, bro.
Well, degenerate, promiscuous, illegal.
Degenerate. Yeah, I think it's beyond that, bro. Some of the stuff. I mean, there's obviously like some are conspiracy land, but some are just like, dang, these things. But I think if anything though, that ties into. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Like, I mean, there were obviously and unfortunately women who were also involved in getting other young girls on the island and stuff, but like predominantly, it was just men, you know, uh, with the young girls and stuff. Like, I mean, we kind of talk about this, right? Like, I think raising boys and girls, you have such different things to like be looking out for, you know, like what they could do to society or people around them or whatever. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like at one point, like, because I was just thinking, right? Like, at what point did nobody say anything to these people that they could, you know what I mean? That they're just like they can just do these, right?
I
Like,
mean, I think at that time it was very easy to get away with things like that, right?
mm,
Especially with that kind of money.
yeah. Um, yeah. It just, I mean, I'm just trying to think. Like, did Epstein have daughter or son? I
Oh,
hope not.
sure.
Yeah, actually, I never even look into that. That's a really good question. Um, let me see if they have it. But like, look, like I mean, or his parents. Oh, he just has secret. He has secret. Oh yeah, so his whole thing, like, he was interested in like eugenics.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was like really into like vision of seeding the human race with his DNA by establishing a super race. It's like just weird shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, but then at the same time, one of his biggest, accomplices was a woman who was a lead to, it's just messed up.
What is that woman doing now?
Uh, I didn't watch the whole thing, but she was on trial, and I guess like she was kind of just skipping everything, pleading the fifth and stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah. All right. Well, let's take a look at some of the stuff that you have sent, shall we? So there was this one post that is all about the modern dating. Let's take a look at these. How modern dating quietly punishes emotionally available people. Ooh, interesting. The rise of disengagement and the fall of emotional availability. Okay, what account is this from? Mercedes Kaufman. Kaufman therapy. Okay, so it's a woman. Interesting. One of the most destabilizing patterns I've noticed among clients in modern dating is that the detachment is often rewarded while emotional availability, regardless of gender, is quietly punished. I don't know about quietly. Many emotionally available men and women enter dating with clarity, curiosity, and consistency. They communicate interests, ask questions, follow through, and are emotionally present without playing games. In a rationally healthy environment, these traits would be markers of maturity and readiness and highly desirable. However, in modern dating culture, these traits are often interpreted as liabilities. Fast-paced dating, swipe culture, and situationships have conditioned people to associate emotional distance with desirability. Delayed responses, ambiguity, and inconsistency can create anxiety, and anxiety is frequently mislabeled as chemistry. Online dating advices has also contributed to the shift. Many online relationship coaches encourages performative dating behaviors and rules that favor emotionally unavailable traits and discourages authentic, emotionally matured ones. So, when someone is emotionally available early on, it can feel unfamiliar, unattractive, or even threatening to those who have adopted the unpredictability as the norm. As a result, people who showed up with emotional openness are often met with withdrawal. They're told they're too much, moving too fast, or too invested, even when their behavior is simply appropriate and intentional. Meanwhile, those who remain vague or emotionally inaccessible are often pursued, idealized, and rewarded with continued interests. Over time, as emotional availability gets ignored, it creates a powerful conditioning effect. Emotionally available people begin to second guess themselves. They start to hold back, warm, delayed honesty, and perform nonchalance to stay desirable. Not because it aligns with who they are, but because the environment teaches them to authenticity is too risky and may cost them the connection. This is hitting home pretty hard, actually. It is important to understand that this is not growth, but adaptation and emotional instability. When the dating culture rewards detachment, it trains emotionally available people to prioritize self-protection over self-expression. It reinforces avoidant patterns, keep nervous system activated, and erodes trust before it has a chance to form. Instead of bonding over emotional safety and maturity, mutuality, whatever, people have started bonding over certainty and uncertainty and tension. Emotionally available men and women are not asking for too much. They are often simply asking in a system that no longer seems to provide the space and safety to contain them. I like that. Until modern dating reorients around emotional safety, consistency, and reciprocity. Reciprocity. Oh, I said it right. It will continue to burn out the very people who are capable of building healthy relationship, and many of them will quietly disengage, not because they lack desire for connection, but because they are tired of being punished and disappointed for bringing their full humanity into the process. Sweet. Let me give it a like. What are your thoughts on this, bro? Obviously, you shared it with me. You have your
I mean, I think
thoughts.
it kind of hits home.
Yeah, what spot did it hit you, bro?
I mean, so like always, the guy's telling us like, "Oh, what are you doing? Why are you texting her back so fast? You just got her number yesterday." And we were taught that if we text someone or call someone like less than 2 days or something like, or even like an hour later or the day after, that you come off as too needy and desperate.
Yeah,
Where in actuality, you're just showing intent or showing interest, right?
yeah,
And that's in part of just how we learned just through dating. Like, oh, and then like the girls see us as creepy or needy if we respond
yeah.
way too fast.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Well, I would say probably women might be hearing the same shit from themselves. You know what I mean? Among themselves too, right? Like, oh, you gotta let the guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's like both ways. We're taught to manipulate the others instead of just being ourselves, be actually showing. I feel like because I have literally heard girls talking to each other, like, talking about that, like, oh, this guy, like, you gotta let him wait, like, he needs to, what I mean, like, he needs to show initiative, he needs to want you, but then not too much, he needs to want you but not too much,
Right, right.
like
And a buddy of mine, this is anecdotal, but he just something like this where he was really into this girl, and it started off real well. The first couple of weeks, they were just hanging out a couple times every week, and both of them were just very interested in one another about these allergies.
you good.
But he was actually he's a very sincere guy, and he would send her like a little voice clip every morning, be like, "Hey, hope you have a great day. I know you have a test or blah 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 coming up. Hope that goes well for you." Just like quick 30-second thing. And then she just went dark.
Is it a shit test period or no?
Maybe, I don't know, but no, no, no.
Yeah,
But that's the thing. And then after they caught up, and then after they touched base, I'm sure responded. She's like, "Hey, I'm just gonna work on myself. I'm not ready to date." And then, and then the funny thing is, she's the one who showed interest in him
yeah,
first, and then
yeah,
and then I told him, you know what it was? It's probably because you were like trying to talk to her every day, and it sounds crazy, right?
yeah,
You try to talk to someone that you like every day, but that's what gets you like in trouble.
yeah. I don't know if this is the case for. I mean, obviously, I'm, we're both just cisgender straight men, but like, I don't know if this is the case with the ladies where, like, we were definitely like it was very obvious if we make even just a slightliest quote unquote wrong move, it becomes too needy. Like the line was so, you know what I mean? And immediately there was, you know what I mean? And we talk about this like in the dating pool because obviously ladies typically have way more options. So all of a sudden, right? Like if there's like 100 guys, let's just say 10 guys, right? 10 guys is some girls dating. Any of them are close to the needy line. As soon as they peek their head over, like head off, you know?
Yeah.
And hypothetically and theoretically speaking, of course, because I've never dated anybody else besides my wife, hypothetically speaking, theoretically speaking, that I did have dates before and, you know, had similar experiences, hypothetically speaking, of course. Yeah, like I would have hypothetically feel the same way theoretically that you know, I feel like I feel the need to be like very careful of do I need to respond or not, you know? Hypothetically, of course. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing now. I mean, now it's just better to err on the side of caution, right? It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know how she's gonna take it, so I'm just gonna give it 2 or 3 days before I text that girl back.
Yeah. And it's honestly so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm a very expressive person, right? And I also don't like to waste time or emotional energy. And the fact that you have to do that
Well,
just to be quote unquote, yeah, I mean, like it's so sad because how is that? Yeah, I mean, like there's something that I said earlier. It was really good. It was like
well, it's
it doesn't
we're in
reward
an age
authenticity.
we're in an age where people are like instant gratification. They
Yeah,
just need that dopamine hit, right? So if
yeah,
you're talking to someone and he's just giving you or he or she is just giving you like a like a one note emotion, right? Just the same
yeah,
emotion. That's very stable, right?
yeah,
That gets boring versus someone that gets hot and cold.
yeah.
Like one minute he's love bombing you, the other minute he's like just ignoring you for a week.
Yeah.
So
You bring up a really good point though. I do think that like our dopamine system is all fucked up because of all these technology and stuff, right? So like we're constantly craving for things that give you that hit, you know?
mm,
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's really interesting because well earlier it says like in a rationally healthy environment, emotional availability with clarity and curiosity and consistency would be a markers of maturity and readiness and highly desirable. But now it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you for
yeah,
texting me
like
back right
all
away?
these people. I'm not gonna say just women, although you know, women do claim that most men are unemotionally available,
Emotionally unavailable.
unavailable. Because I've never heard a guy say, "Oh, that woman is emotionally unavailable," right? It's most of the time
Yeah,
like it's when people are like telling why that guy's not like a valid.
yeah. Well, I think because men mostly are very visual
Mm.
people and probably and I don't know this might be a sexist thing to say but like I don't I think a lot of guys probably are not even looking for emotional availability in the very beginning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Like might just be curious and see, you know. But I agree though, right? Like most of the time you hear girls talking about like it's always
like
men, you know.
he's so
It's not
emotionally
always a man.
available.
Wait, what was it?
And
It's not. What was it? What's the saying? It's not always men, but it's always a man or something like that. Like the problem is always, you know.
but you know, this goes all the way back to my social, like cognitive dissonance, right? Like they
Hmm.
always say, "Oh, where are all the
Good men.
emotionally available men?" And then you have someone like my friend coming along, like
Yeah,
clearly showing intent of pursuit, like trying to check up on you every day, and suddenly that becomes a little, and not even like in a pushy, like, "Hey, what are you doing today?" Just like literally like, "Hey, hope your day goes well. I know you have XYZ going on. I hope that goes well for you. I'll talk to you later."
yeah. Well, here's the thing, though, right? Like, it also changes and evolves depending on the stage of dating too,
Mm,
right? Like in the beginning stage, men were supposed to be not too warm and not too available, right? But like as time goes on, we're just supposed to somehow
But yeah,
learn
yeah. And
when
suddenly,
and how to be available and how much to be, you know what I mean?
yeah, so
Like
like
for
it was like
example,
you
that
looked the
same
phone
action.
ring 2 times before you picked up. So
Yeah. Or like I mean look that exact action if you're like dating after a year maybe or like you're in a serious relationship, if you don't do that, you might be in trouble.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't do that, you don't love me anymore. You know, in fact, if you even do like a, you know what I mean? Like that might not even be enough. You might need to do
Right,
more than
right.
just do that, right? So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that is a. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of an interesting thing, and I wonder what was dating like back in the days. You know, what was a relationship like back in the days, right? Like because of, and it's also we also got to keep in mind like as society evolves, and especially as technology, right? Not only do men and women have more access to other people, but also information and misinformation. You know, right? Like all these kinds of things that people are seeing. So people are more and more reliant on what they see and hear rather than just what's here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I remember like I have high school friends who are just like, bro, like these guys are like they would be like the most desirable men, right? Once they start the dating process, but in the beginning, nobody gives a shit about them because he's too sweet, he's too
Yeah.
nice, he's too gentlemanly, he's too kind, you know, like
And I noticed, I mean, if you look at it, you just said something there. They're like perfectly desirable later in life,
yeah,
right? So I've actually know some of these guys that are going into like their 30, like mid 30s or early 30s, and
yeah,
suddenly they're starting to get attention, whereas they weren't not so much back in like early 20s, high school slash college,
yeah,
because they weren't that emotionally unavailable guy that was giving the hot and cold relationship. It's not until like, oh wait, women start getting a little older, like they realize that's not a healthy relationship, and then suddenly people like my friend are just killing it.
yeah. Well, ladies, please, if you're watching this, why the fuck do you have to go through all that before you can? No, seriously. Why do? I mean, I think you and I would consider ourselves, you know, relatively speaking, well educated, and we are. I would like to consider ourselves gentlemen. We treat ladies nicely and with respect. But like, why do some people just have to experience these hot and cold bad relationship, almost like dismissive, right? Like what she was saying, like avoidant behavior is rewarded. You know, look, here's an interesting one. I don't think avoidant. I don't think avoidant behavior is rewarded if it's a woman being avoidant. But if
No,
it's
I
a
don't think that's
man being
true. I think you
avoidant,
have a
it's
lot of
more.
guys that would like those simp guys.
You think the sim guys like girls that are avoidant only
Well,
because they're hot?
no, they'll like because that's just turning the coin around, right? It's like, why isn't she messaging me? And then suddenly a week later, she just gives them a little crumb just to
Oh,
keep
I
them.
see what you're saying. Like a little drop, yeah. Um,
This goes both ways.
yeah, maybe. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I guess I've just never experienced that. Personally. Like if a like hypothetically and theoretically speaking, of course, if I if I had any dating experience before my wife, I don't think I would have hypothetically find it very attractive at all.
No,
If
I mean,
there's
look,
a
having been
woman,
someone on both sides of this coin, like
yeah,
back when I was single in college, right?
yeah,
Um, like before I knew the game, it was me being like, oh, being led around by being strung along. And then
yeah,
after learning the game, it's like, oh, you know what? I have to adapt if I want to be desirable in this dating scene. And so,
yeah,
unfortunately, I had to play the game and be hot and cold to some people. Did I like it? No, but it was the only way to get your foot in the door.
Yeah. The funny thing is like, do you think back in the caveman days there was? I mean, there was probably no dating. There
No, there
probably
was.
was actually. I'm pretty sure there was still dating, but not like the way we see it nowadays. But yeah, no, it was very interesting. What was that one quote that she said was really good? It's important to understand that this is not growth, but adaptation of emotional instability. This one. When the dating culture rewards detachment, it trains emotionally available people to prioritize self protection over self expression. It reinforces avoidant patterns, keeps nervous systems activated. It erodes trust before it has a chance to form. Instead of bonding over emotional safety and mutuality, people have started bonding over uncertainty and tension. Yeah, like, I mean, this is what, like, I think we're talking about, like, dating. There's a lot of like, I don't, okay, personally for me, I don't like to deal with bullshit. I don't like to be like if a person is interested in me, I want to know. If this person is not interested in me, I also want to know. So I don't waste my time. Or I mean, being a dude, I'll probably like try to win the person over, right? But at one point, I was just like, all right, that's it. You know what I mean? But I don't know if from the ladies, right? You let me know if that push and pull, right, is what you find extremely attractive. You know what I mean? Like, it might be something that actually the ladies crave and desire. We don't know that because I'm not a woman. What do you think? Like, do you think that is right? Again, only ladies can really answer that, but it might be something that emotionally, because they are more emotionally evolved, they need that sort of, almost like they want to see the range. I don't know. Like, I don't know how that works, but
Well, I mean, you've heard me say this before. I always think the best relationships are just emotionally boring, right? Because you know it's what's to come, but it's stable, it's
yeah,
safe. You don't have to worry about is that person going to treat me like shit one day, or is he or she going to be Mr. Nice Guy, like Jekyll and Hyde, right? Like who am I going to
yeah,
get? Which one am I going to get? Jekyll or Hyde
yeah,
this day? Um, I'm not saying the relationship is boring. I'm just saying boring in the sense of you know what to expect emotionally
yeah.
out of your partner.
Well, the funny thing is, like, isn't that how it should be though? Yeah, right? That's what this whole thing is about, right? Like,
Mm.
emotional stability.
Yeah, but what that post is saying is that's not how it
Yeah,
is. It's just people prefer the Jekyll and Hyde dynamic.
yeah. Well, I guess my question is, do you think this is only for modern dating, or it's just more prevalent now?
Um, it's always been a thing. Like I said, when I was in college, that's kind of how I had to approach it. I
Yeah.
think it's more a young people thing.
I think maybe it
But
is just a
but it's more
maturity thing.
propagated now because of
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah, okay. Here's a question. Do you? This is a question for two dudes is talking, but we don't have a woman to. We should definitely ask a woman. If there's no biological time bomb for a woman, right? Do you think that the ladies would continue crave for the same thing?
Um,
You know what I mean? Like,
I
would
think
do you
I
think the
think
ladies would?
as they get older, it'll be the same because um,
They still wouldn't crave for the.
well, I say that because like you know the saying, right? Like men and women just value different things. Men have more of an emphasis at first on beauty, right? Like that's what gets you in the door.
Yeah.
And this is statistically proven, right? Like it's not statistic, but like just done through surveys. All men, regardless of what age they are,
Yeah.
just view the younger woman as more attractive.
Yeah. Not
And
too young.
so, well, not too young, right? Of legal age. And so, a woman's, how do I put this? I guess desirability just naturally, just by Darwinism, starts to drop after a certain age. I mean, I hate hearing that when I say that, like, as I say that, it's like, oh man, that sounds so horrible, but that's just fact.
Yeah.
And so I think women know that, right? And they're like, okay, well, all right, maybe it's time to settle, like around like late 20s or not even late 20s, like early 30s or something like that.
So you think it's because they know that men will no longer find them desirable.
Hmm.
Therefore, that's what the main ticking time bomb is.
Right. I hate
Yeah.
hearing that. I hate hearing myself say that, but it's just proven through surveys and just look at Leonardo DiCaprio or even there was a
Yeah.
story of Toby Maguire. He just like got in a relationship with a 20-year-old. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, Belichick, like the famous coach, football coach. He's in a relationship with some like he's 80 by the way, and he's in a
Yeah.
relationship with some like I think 20 or 30-year-old.
Oh shit. I just saw Toby Maguire like a couple weeks ago.
In person?
Yeah, he was literally walking by me for like a solid minute or two. He was very nice actually, because it was funny. It's a random note, but we were by our area, walking by a famous bagel shop, and people keep saying like, "We love you, Toby. We love you." And at first, I thought they said, "We love you, Tony." I was like, "Who are these people?" And turned around, and then I saw Toby Maguire literally walking right next to me.
Oh
And,
wow.
I walk all the way past. He was actually parked near our home, so I walk all the way past. And I was just chatting with him briefly. Very casual. I treat him, respect and everything. He was very nice, but a very awkward person for sure. Like he was probably in his head. But random.
You should have said,
That's
I would have found some way to just like sneak in the line. I missed the part where that's my problem, and then just
yeah, yeah. How's Uncle Ben doing? But interesting. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
anyway,
Yeah.
it's a good time to
Well,
wrap. It's almost 9:30.
yep, yes, sir, yes, sir. Good time to wrap, and yeah. Well, ladies, let us know your thoughts. Your input is much appreciated. Um, yeah. Any final note, hot take, or anything?
Um, don't say you want emotionally available people if you're not ready to be emotionally available yourself.
Yes, sir. I agree. I agree, ladies and gentlemen, too. Um, cool. All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been Wednesday Hump Meet, where two dudes just sit around and shoot the shits. Don't take everything too seriously, or take it seriously, however you like. And yeah, until next week.
All right, guys.
All right.
See y'all next
Thanks.
week at
All right,
9.
man. Be safe. Happy Lunar New Year, bro.
To you too.